Hello guys, welcome back to the channel Code Heroes. So today in this video, I'll be showing you how you can do pre-processing using Scikit library. So first of all, we will be using this data set which contains country, age, salary and whether they have purchased the product, yes or no. So this link will be provided in the description. You can download it from there. So I have renamed it to purchase.csv and this is our dataset. And you can see these two values are missing. So we'll use Scikit library to fill in these missing values. So first of all, we'll import numpy as np. Then we'll read the dataset by pd.readcsv and then we'll give the path to the CSV. Now if I check the dataset, you can see I've got country, age, salary per and not a number value over here. So we'll create x and y variable. So our x variable would contain country, age and salary and y variable would contain purchase. So I've taken all the rows because I need all the rows, that's why. So I have taken all the rows over here. So I haven't passed any values, so it will take all the rows. And then I need all the y from start and I'll skip the last one. So I have passed -1 over here, so it will skip the last one, which is purchased. And in the y, I have passed all the rows again and then I have just passed -1, so it would just take the purchased column. Here if I print x and y, you can see I have got all the values. And here there are two not a number values. So here now we will be handling the missing values. So for handling that, we'll be using simple imputer from Scikit-Learn.impute. So we'll do imputer is equal to simple imputer and in that we'll pass missing values is equal to np dot not a number and we'll use the strategy as mean. You can even use median over here. And then I'll use imputer.fit to calculate the mean of the x columns. So this will calculate the mean. And then over here I have done imputer.transform and then I have passed the values over here. So what it has done is that it has taken all the rows over here and then from column 1 to 3. Since you can see country has label data, so we cannot fill the missing values through this mean. We can only fill the missing values through mean if they are numerical. So again we have skipped the country which is 0 index, then we have started with 1, 2. And the last value is not included, so we have passed over 3 over here. So it will take age and salary. And then it will change the missing values to through mean and then pass it over here. So our x would not have any NaN value. You can see there are no NaN values now. Now we can do the encoding of the data. In our model, we cannot pass the text data directly. We need to convert it into a numerical format. So for this India, Sri Lanka, China, we have 3 values. So for that, we will be using column transformer from Scikit-Learn Compose and one hot encoder. Now here, we can create an array. Like for example, we can do for India, we can do 0, 0, 1. For Sri Lanka, we can do 1, 0, 0. And for China, we can do 0, 1, 0. Something like that. We'll create an array for each country and then we can pass it to our model. Now again over here, I have done CT is equal to column transformer and the first parameter is the transformer. In that we have to pass the encoder and then which type of encoder we are using. For now we are using one hot encoder, so we'll pass that and then will pass the index. So our country column has index 0, so we have passed 0. And the second parameter is pass through. What it does is that it just changes the values over the column at index 0, and then it skip all the other data. It doesn't change the other data. So we have passed remainder is equal to pass through. And then we can simply do x is equal to np array ct, which is this our column transformer, dot fit transform, and then again we have passed x. So because our data is in x, and then it would change our original x with this. As you can see, it has created this. As you can see, it has changed our labels into this. Now again, for our purchased column, it has yes or no. So we don't need to create an 3 numerical digit. We can just do 0 or 1. 1 for yes, 0 for no. So for that, we will be using label encoder. This file, this code will be provided in the description. You can even download this notebook file through that link. Again, le is equal to label encoder, and then simply le.fit transform, then we'll pass y, and it will change our original y. Now if I print this, you can see it has set 1 for yes and 0 for no. And then we can simply use train test split from Scikit-Learn.model selection, and then we'll pass x train, x test, y train, and y test is equal to train test split. Then we can pass x and y, which will be our these columns, and y would be our these columns. So it will split the data. Then we can set test size is equal to 0.2. So it will do 80% in x and 20% in y. If you don't pass this, it will do 75% in x and 25% in y. If you want to change that, then you can pass it manually. And again, this is an optional random state. What it does is that if I don't pass it, it will always create the same values in x trade and x trade. So we won't get different data at each time. So if I pass this, every time I run this notebook, the values in x train or x test, and these two would always be different. So that's what it does. Then again, I'll run this code. I'll print x train, y x test, y train, and y test. So this is how you can do pre-processing using Scikit library. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment if you have any doubts, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. This notebook file and the dataset file will be given in the description.